So I did a video a while ago where I was talking about the great things that Nigerians were doing in Canada, in Calgary, Alberta. And I checked my comment section and somebody commented and said, do great things in your own country. Meaning, why are you profiling people, Nigerians who are doing great things in Canada? Why don't you do great things in your own country? So today I thought I would address that comment and talk about what this means. What does it mean to do great things in your own country? Hello everyone, my name is Kola. Welcome back to this side of life. And if you're new here, welcome, and thank you all for joining me today. So in today's video, I wanted to address a comment that I got on one of my videos, which I will link up here or here, where I was talking about Nigerians doing great things in Canada, and I profiled Nigerians who got the Queen's Jubilee Award for the great things they were doing and for their community service. The first thing I want to say about this is, I see so many people who criticize other people. They look at other people. They look at what people are doing or what they are not doing, but they do not put their own lenses on themselves and look at their own selves and see what are they doing. The Bible does talk about you removing the log in your own eyes before you can look at the speck that is in the eyes of somebody else. So before you go about talking about, what somebody is doing and what they're not doing, how about you? Have you looked at yourself? Have you considered yourself in terms of what you are complaining about or what you are commenting about in terms of somebody else? So this person that was saying, do great things in your own country. I wonder, what are they doing wherever they are? It's just like, the biggest example I can think about is this big issue of racism. Many people are quick to point fingers at other people to say, you are racist. What you did is racist. What you said is racist. But what about looking at yourself? Am I racist? Have I said something that's discriminatory to somebody else? How do I feel about that other person that doesn't look like me? What do I say about people that are different from me? That is what comes to my mind when I think about people seeing the fault in other people when they are totally ignoring the fault with themselves. So when you point a finger at somebody and say they are racist, have you thought about yourself? Have you thought about what kind of things you say about other people behind closed doors? What kind of thoughts you think about other people behind closed doors? So if you think those thoughts and you do those things, who are you to say somebody else is racist when you yourself might be racist? I think it's something that we all need to think about. We all need to look inward before we condemn other people. I think if we do this, the world will actually be a better place for it. The next thing I want to address about this do great things in your own country is, what or where is your own country? Okay, I am an immigrant. I came into Canada like 24 years ago. Before then, I lived all my life in Nigeria. But now I've been here 24 years and, is this my country? Is Nigeria my country? There's so many people in the world who have moved and migrated and moved from one place to another. Look at India. India has, I think now, 1.6 billion people. And how many of those people are outside of India? And what about the Chinese? Lots of Chinese. And how many of them are outside of China? How many Nigerians are outside of Nigeria? So the question of where or what is your country is one that we all need to think about. I'm really interested in what people think about this. What would you define as your country? Where is your country? Is it where you were born? Is it where you grew up? Is it where you are living now? Is it where your heart is? There is a saying that says home is where the heart is. Is it where your heart is? Is it where you feel at peace, you feel at home? Or is it where you were born? Yeah, let me know in the comment section what you think about this. My thoughts are that home is where the heart is. Home is where your heart is drawn to. Home is where you feel at home. If there's a place where you go and it's where you were born, but when you get there, you feel uncomfortable, you don't feel at home, you feel like you don't belong, then I don't know whether you can say that is your country. So I think home or your country is where you find yourself, where your heart is, where you are able to contribute and where you can make an impact, where you are fulfilled, And even as much as Nigeria is my country, Canada is also my country. So that brings me to the next thing, which is doing great things. What does it mean to do great things? Most of the time when we talk about doing great things, it has to do with people. I think the greatest things you could do are what you do for people. And which people? People that are close by you, people that are beside you, people that are around you, and these are your neighbors. And who is your neighbor is another question that we could ask. Who is your neighbor? And that question was actually asked by somebody in the Bible who came to Jesus and said, how can I inherit eternal life? And Jesus told him that he needs to love God with all his soul, with all his might, with all his heart, and that he should love his neighbor as himself. And then he was like, who is my neighbor? And that was when Jesus told him the parable of the Good Samaritan. And it was about a certain man who was going from Jerusalem to Jericho. And yeah, if you want to see my video about Israel, I'll link it up here or here, because I actually saw Jerusalem and Jericho. So this was about a man who was going from Jerusalem to Jericho, and he was attacked by thieves, and he was left for dead. And people were passing him by, the Levites passed him by, the priest passed him by, went on the other side and didn't even look at him. But then there was this guy who was a Samaritan, who was supposed to be not even friends with Jewish people or anything like that. But he was the one who took him to the place where he was taken care of and paid the money for them to take care of him. And Jesus said, out of all these people, who was his neighbor? And of course, we know that the person that was his neighbor was the one that took care of him, the one that had compassion on him and helped him. Also for us, our neighbor is anyone who we have the capacity to help. And so, talking about doing great things, what do we do for our neighbors? What do we do for those people who we actually have the capacity to help? I look at the world as it is. Some people are rich, they are billionaires and millionaires in dollars and whatever currency. And there's certain things that they can do. And there's some people who are just like you and me, we are just ordinary people, but still, there are some people that we can help. No matter what status you are in life, there's somebody you can help. Jesus also said, you will always have the poor with you. I don't know why, but that is just the way the world is. We will always have the poor with us. And when we talk about doing great things in your own country, I would ask you, are you helping your neighbor? Are you being a good Samaritan? I think this is a question that we all need to ask ourselves. Some of the things you could do, for example, here, when it is winter, the snow is all over the place, and there's some people who are like maybe the elderly, or for whatever reason, they are not able to shovel their walk. You see people come out and help their neighbors to shovel the snow. To me, that is doing great things. Paying for the groceries of somebody who you can tell is finding it difficult to pay for their groceries. Every little act of kindness is doing something great. You don't have to be Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos before you can help people. So really, the question today for you and me is, what great things are we doing wherever we are? What impact are we making in our environment, in our society, on our street, in our town, in our city, in our country, wherever that may be? Even if you are a Nigerian living in Canada, you are an American living in Nigeria, because we have all those mixes these days. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. Everybody is everywhere these days. So wherever you find yourself, that is your country at that moment. And you should do great things there. That is just my message today, that you don't have to be pointing fingers at somebody, oh, you are not in your country, why are you doing great things? That is just a ridiculous statement to me, because I feel like wherever you are, you should be doing great things. Even if it's not your country, you should still be doing great things. It is not where you do something that matters, but it is the fact that you do it and you impact somebody. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be your own kindred. It doesn't have to be people that look like you, or people that are from your country, or people that are in your family that you do good things for, or you do great things for. We should do great things for people, no matter the color of their skin, no matter where they come from, no matter who they are, because in the eyes of God, we are all the same. And we are supposed to love our neighbors as ourselves. And so I just hope that this message resonates with people out there, and that's person who commented on my video and said, do great things in your own country. I hope you are doing great things wherever you are, whether it's your country or not. I hope that you are making a difference in the lives of the people around you. And I hope that we all are making a difference in the lives of the people around us. That's all I had for today. If you enjoyed this video and you would like me to make more videos like this, please hit the like button, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to also comment, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you know whenever I upload new videos. So until I come your way again, until the next video, you go out and make it the best days of your life. Bye.